Okay, let's go ahead and dive in. I hope everyone had a fantastic weekend staying at home and enjoying your house. Um, just wanted to reiterate a few things. I don't want us to beat a dead horse here, but the reality is, I was talking with Craig a little bit yesterday. We've got to make sure that we more than ever are implementing the systems that have been put in place, right? And I think about this in almost every aspect of our lives. We have systems, we have routines, we have things we follow. And when we want to make a change, we typically follow a system. If you wanted to all of a sudden get back into the gym and get fit, you would not, just randomly start doing things. Most of you would start by either asking someone who you trust their opinion of, who's also in shape. You would go on YouTube and look up videos and follow a system, right? When you get on a diet, it's a system. It tells you literally do this and you will lose weight, right? And that literally transpires into every aspect of our lives. But a lot of times when we do things that we think we know, we tend to not follow the system. And so for me, this really clicked when I went to go play baseball in college. I've been playing baseball for a long time. I'd been told how good I was. And then I get there, and at UT, they had a different way. They had a different approach, right, to the game. And everything was different, all the way down to the way that they game planned. As a starting pitcher there, if you didn't come in literally pre-game, you would sit down with Joe, who's the head coach there, and Joe would say, all right, let's run through the lineup. Where are we pitching their leadoff hitter? Where are we pitching their second hitter, third hitter, fourth hitter? And you had to run through the lineup, and you had a scouting report that you had to have memorized. And if you didn't know that, all right, we're going early in the count, we're going away, and then we're going to work in, and we're working up on this guy, we're working low on this guy, off speed to him, staying hard to this guy. Like, those things had to be known. That was his system, right? And if you didn't know that, you didn't play. And so you begin to adapt. And the whole point of this is, that is a program that wins national championships. So it is not in Joe's best interest to implement that type of system for no reason. He's doing it because Joe knows that if he does that with all of his players year after year, they're going to win national titles. And they do. We won 2 while I was there, right? So for us, what Craig and Jeff and Jim and the whole team have done, and for me, I've been a part of it the last couple of years, but this has been done far before I got here, was we've implemented systems. And the way we've aligned this brokerage, we are never, ever, ever going to ask you to do something that we know doesn't work, right? It doesn't make sense. We only make money when you make money. So the systems that have been built after 27 plus years of experience, and nearly 60,000 transactions have led to the systems that we have in place. But those systems don't matter if we don't follow them. And it's even more important to follow them now than ever before, because of the fact that we are sitting at home, the fact that you can walk out into your living room and watch Netflix all day, right? The fact that your kids are trying to suddenly basically work the way we work on computers. And at first it's cool, but it's also a struggle. And I get it. I mean, thank God my wife's a teacher, right, by trade. And so it was even a little bit of a struggle with her the first week of figuring out, how do I submit things? So I get it when you have kids. So there's all these distractions. And the only way that you're going to be successful, despite all these distractions and despite all these other things that can drive our attention, is by having a system that we follow every single day. And it's got to be a system that's built now, right? So many of you, when it comes to listings, when it comes to how am I going to work with a buyer virtually, oh, I'll wait till I have one and then I'll figure it out. No. Too late, right? So if you don't have any listings right now, if you don't have any buyers right now, or maybe you have a couple, right now is that time to sit back and say, all right, if someone messaged me today, if I took Mike's daily post and I post it and someone responds to it, what am I going to do? Right? What now? And so that leads into why we created the guides that we've created. We have more coming. I'm going to be working on more this week. We've been very, very busy, but we've got 3 guides already up there on Beggins 3. So let me share my screen. We're going to run through what's there real quick, right? I'm just going to go to beggins3.com. And when we come into Beggins 3, I'll just show you how we get there. For those of you that have still not been there, we have in the hamburger menu 4 C21 Beggins agents. Okay. This right here, guys, is part of the system. This stuff here is really built to be a resource center just for you. So we've got our Explore C21B content, and we've got our step-by-step guides. We've got our C21B daily training, which will link you out to what you're on right now. And then we've got our NLU lane selection, which we're tweaking a little bit during this period. We're doing another Q&A, group Q&A right after this instead of the lane calls. We did that last week for those of you that joined. For those of you that didn't, it was very productive, I feel like, for the agents that were on there, because it gives you a chance to ask, instead of us kind of believing what we think is happening, you actually get to ask your real questions, real struggles, real everything. And Craig and Jeff and I, mainly Jeff and Craig, are going to be there to answer all of those questions for you. So but this section here is meant to be here for you, okay, to be a resource. Now I'm going to dive into the step-by-step guides in a second, but I also want to point out that part of our system that we've started is, let's make this as easy as possible, which is why I've been sending out the daily posts. I've seen a lot of you using it. I've also heard feedback, well, I don't want to use it because so many agents are using it. Okay, that's an excuse, and we need to get over it, okay? The reality is that while, yes, there are lots of agents that are going to use it, and yes, you're seeing them use it because you're friends with them, you all have unique networks, okay? And it's not in Facebook's best interest to continuously show that same post, that same piece of content to the same people. So they're going to mix it up. I promise you. That's how it works, right? They're not going to continuously show it. So we need to not let that be an excuse, but also understand, guys, that the stuff we put out. So I'm just going to go to the content section real quick. So the stuff we're pushing out, the daily posts, we're taking those daily posts and we're posting it ourselves. And so in real time, all of our content that we've posted to Instagram and Facebook comes into here. And you can come rip it right from here too. So if the daily post that I send out is not what you want, then I encourage you. All we're really trying to do is inspire you and give you something, okay? So if you don't like it or you want to make a tweak to it, and I've seen some of you do this, you can write your own copy, right? I'm just giving you copy to make it easy, but you can write your own copy. You like the copy, but you don't like the video or you don't like the picture, change it, right? Make it your own. Go into Canva, go into Business Builder, make your own. We're really just here to inspire you to say, hey, maybe this is something you want to say to your sphere. And some of it's going to be real estate focused. Some of it's just going to be like the thank you videos to say thank you and give back. Some of it's going to be humorous. Some of it's going to run the full spectrum because it needs to, because we're not dealing with robots. We're not dealing just with people who want to buy and sell homes. We're dealing with human beings, right? We're dealing with ourselves. So think about what you would want to see from a content perspective. What are you consuming on the platforms? What's getting the most attention right now? Right? That's why we created the little dating video, like the date night video the last week, which did very well for a lot of people. Did very well on our channels. Because why? Because it's human beings, and we're all stuck in the same situation where we are stuck at home. We're still trying to keep our relationships up. We're trying not to go insane with our kids running around and not being able to really leave the house. So we're all in this together, and we need to realize that, and we need to play to that. The only thing we care about right now from a brand and marketing perspective is attention. That's it. It's all we want. We want people's attention. And you sitting there talking about coronavirus 100% of the time, not going to do it. You talking about real estate 100% of the time, not going to do it. Why? because that's what every other agent's doing, and everyone else in your feed is posting incorrect statistics about coronavirus. Okay, so we need to take a different approach and say, all right, you know what? We're dealing with human beings. Let's just be human beings. Okay. And so we're going to play into that. And so that's where the content comes in. But my point being, this is all here for you. Okay. So if you don't like something, or come in, because I know a lot of you haven't, use some of our older content, right? It's all in here. And then when we get down beyond Instagram, this is all just Instagram. Now we're into Facebook. Okay. So everything we've posted on Facebook is getting pulled in here. And we can save all the videos from here. We can save the articles. The other thing you can do, and let me just show you this real quick. So the other thing you can do, for those of you that like any of the articles, let me go to, let's see here. Go, you know what, let me just go into pages and I'll show you. So the other thing you can do is if you come to our page, and it can be any of these articles, but I'll go to one that we posted. So this article would be awesome to share. I know a bunch of you have already, but this article here was the article that was done on Craig that talks about us winning, which is a huge tribute to you guys and the entire team, winning 11 years in a row as a Tampa Bay top workplace. I mean, it's an unbelievable accomplishment. I know it's one that Craig personally holds extremely close to his heart, because it just speaks to everything that he's worked so hard to accomplish. So it's a big deal, right? And this is a good thing to share out. So rather than, you could come and just click the share button, okay? If you come and click share, click right post, up here, you can change it right to your news feed and post it, okay? Or, sorry, news feed, and you can post it to your page or to your business page, okay? Or the better option would be, X out of this, the better option would actually be to come in here, click the article, copy link, and then go to your business page. I'm just going to go to my personal profile just to show you, and click paste, and paste the article in yourself. Okay. Now you're going to get credit for posting that article on your profile versus sharing ours and giving us essentially the credit. And that can be done on any article that's on Facebook with us, right? So this would be a great thing to share here. Where would this be even better to share? LinkedIn. LinkedIn's professional, right? This is a great article to come share on LinkedIn, and it's as simple as copying and pasting. And then you can still write the copy, right? So I can still put in here, so proud to be on this team, 11 years in a row. And you can write anything you want. And then you can add some hashtags in there, hashtag top workplace, hashtag Tampa, hashtag Tampa Bay, hashtag Tampa Bay Times. Okay, and you can add as many as you want, well, up to 30, and then we hit post and we're done. So just like that, we shared an incredible article about something we've accomplished in the business world, which means you've accomplished it. And that's the biggest thing when it comes to systems, guys. This is not you. This is not us. This is we. We are a team. Everything that we do as a brokerage means you did it. You helped. You're part of it. We are a team. We're 100% aligned. Okay? So you need to stop looking at this saying, oh, I haven't done any business. Yes, you have. I don't care if you just signed with us yesterday and you are brand new to the business, you have done 55,000 transactions over it, okay? Because you have a team behind you that has, and that means you have the resources and experience that other people simply do not have, but we need to leverage it. So the systems we've put in place, these guides, and I'm gonna go back to the guides real quick. They're here for a reason, step-by-step guides, but I'd come and learn them right now. I know a lot of you have been in this business for a long time and you've been very successful. I get it. Cool. If you have your own system and you absolutely don't need this, then don't do it. But something tells me your system has been disrupted a little bit given the current landscape. So maybe now is the time to take that refresher. Maybe now is the time to run through this listing guide, because this listing guide is literally our listing process, the process that Jeff and Craig have come up with, and not one that they sat down like, you know, it'll be fun, let's just make up something. No. The listing process that has helped this brokerage to become one of the top brokerages in the Century 21 system in the United States and in the world. The same brokerage that was invited to go to China, which has 1,000 offices, and speak, that brokerage follows this listing guide. So if it is good enough to get us to that point, I have a feeling it's good enough to get your business to that next level as well. So follow it. It's literally going to walk you through. I get a listing lead, now what? Boom, walks you through it. Okay, same thing with a buyer. Got a buyer? Great, now what? Okay, it's going to walk you through it. And every single thing in these guides can be done virtually. Why? Because we've set a system and framework up for you for it to be done virtually. You have a Zoom room, right? I've sent out the video that explains exactly how do I go into my Zoom room? How do I share a screen? How do I invite a client? Okay. If you have not seen the video, you can't find the video, you need the video, email me. Several of you have. I'll send it to you. Not a big deal. Okay. But it's there for you. The daily marketing activities. We beat this thing to death. I know Craig mentions it every morning. God bless him. But follow the daily marketing guide. It's here for you. Do these things. In under an hour, you'll do it. You'll have it all done. And we've made it even easier because we're sending you the content. We've also made the content available, right? I just showed that to you. This section here is our content. So you can come here and pull any of this content. If you don't know how, this video here, this top video, is a screen share of how to do it. Okay? Now, we've got some other systems in place that I think we should be leveraging a little bit more. One of them is YouTube. Why? Well, I'm not expecting any of you to become a YouTube star unless you really want to, but YouTube is a great housing mechanism for your videos. So if you are shooting content, or even guys, even the videos that we did last week, okay? Even this little tribute thank you video right here. If I downloaded that video and I took the time to post it to Facebook or Instagram and LinkedIn, which I know many of you did because I saw it. If you took the time to take that video and also log into your YouTube account and upload it to YouTube, okay? I'm going to show you exactly how easy it would be then to now share it with somebody else. Because now anyone in my Zap database that I wanted to email, I could email them that YouTube link and let them go watch it there. Why? Because people trust YouTube, right? And more importantly, if you can drive video views to YouTube, you will likely get them to actually watch the whole thing. You'll get them to watch it with sound on, right? So especially for videos where you're saying something, you really should want to push them into that direction. Why? Because they're going to listen. People go to YouTube to actually watch video. They don't necessarily go to Instagram or Facebook to watch video. Yes, video is more consumed than anything else on those platforms, but often without sound. Okay, so you have a YouTube account. If you go to youtube.com, just gonna go there. I have the app, right? Go to youtube.com. I'm already logged in.
What's up, guys? So
hold on, that's the screen share video. Go to youtube.com. Okay, up here, you're gonna log in. I've already logged in. You're just gonna log in with your C21BE email. Okay, then you'll have your channel. Your channel. This is where you're gonna have your listing videos can go here. Your anything you upload can go here, and you can create your own little channel. But more importantly, once I have videos up here, I can come here, click share, copy link, And now I could come and email. I'm going to send it to Craig because he loves getting emails. He probably needs one more email. So we're just going to send this to him. Right? And I could obviously write anything I wanted and then hit paste. And now I can share that video with ease. So a lot of you use Google Drive. A lot of you get confused with Google Drive. Sometimes the recipient, even though when you share a Google Drive link and you shared that link with them, they have access to click that link and watch it. People get confused with Google Drive sometimes. They'll see it's Google Drive and like, oh, I don't have Google email, I don't have Gmail, then it's not going to work. Yes, it will work, right? But everyone knows YouTube. So if you just send them the YouTube link, sometimes this is an easier way to upload and share content than even anything else. This is a part of our system. YouTube is part of the G Suite, right? It's owned by Google. YouTube is part of the G Suite that we have put in place and we pay for, right? This stuff isn't free, guys. Craig is spending a lot of money to have these tools in place. This is not a Century 21 tool, right? It's a Google tool that we're paying for. So I want to get this across. This is part of the system. We're not doing this stuff for our health. We're doing this because it can make your business easier to grow and leverage if you use it. So these are some of the underused aspects of what we give you that I've seen. And a lot of that's not your fault. That's our fault because we don't talk about it enough. That's why I wanted to do this today. So YouTube, if you have questions, I can help you with YouTube. Jonathan, who's available via email, text, all that, he's very good on YouTube. We can help you with YouTube, but it's very, very simple. Just literally go top right, you'll log in, C21BE email, that's your own account. And then top right, you'll have a little video camera with a plus sign, okay? That's where you'll upload your stuff. So very simple. Once it's uploaded, you can copy any link and send it out to as many people as you want. You can share it on social media if you wanted to. So we could do all those things. And when you do share it on social media, just to show you, I won't actually send the email to Craig so he doesn't get mad. When you do go, so let's just say I wanted to, just like this article got pulled in, you know, discard this post, I could come in and literally just paste the link. Now, this will pull in the video. In a perfect world, I am not going to necessarily share this link here in a perfect world, only because when you keep people on the platform, when I actually download this video and put it directly into Facebook, it tends to perform better. But if we're just trying to get the video watched, like I said, a lot of times you will, especially if it's a video where you want them to listen to what you're saying, I wouldn't be against you going to YouTube, uploading it, and sharing the link here. Okay, very simple to do, but we actually have to leverage it. The other thing I want to leverage is Calendly, and I've done a couple screen shares on this recently. I just want to walk you through this real quick. So I think all of you, if you haven't already, are silly if you don't come to Calendly.com, create a free account. I'll go ahead and log into mine. So you'll sign up and make this part of your system. Okay. And the reason being, in real quick. Okay. The reason being is I can come in here and very quickly create a free event type, okay? And that's what you're seeing here. So we can create, as an example, this 30-minute marketing meeting. So I can create this. I can come in here. I've got specific questions, name, email. I can add phone number. I could add my Zoom in here. And once I'm done and I've got the meeting the way that I want it, all I have to do is copy this link. And why is this important? Because as I've shown before, we could email this out, we could text this out, but we can also comment on things. So I have this in my arsenal. I have this as part of my system so that when I make that post and someone like today, if you took our daily post, right, which is just, hey, you've been in your house for 3 weeks now. What is that one thing you wish your house had that it doesn't? And this goes back to what Jeff has been saying of, hey, we're just planting seeds, because once you get them to think about it, which most people have been thinking about it, like, oh man, I really wish I had, that office. I really wish I had a pool. I really wish I had a fence. I really wish, whatever it is, you're going to get those responses. Okay. And so now once you get that response, wouldn't it be nice to be able to comment and come in here and say, I'm just not really going to do it because obviously this isn't a response, but let's just say that Larry commented on my thing. Wouldn't it be nice to respond to Larry and come in here and say, great, Larry, I wish my house had an office too. Let's chat about that. Chat about how we can make that happen for you, right? And paste a link. Now he can go schedule that appointment with me. It could be, hey, anything. You get messaged out of the blue. Hey, I'm thinking about selling my house, right? I know a lot of you are staying busy. I'm thinking about selling my house. Can we chat? Yes, we can, right? So maybe I message back to them and I say, yep, let's pick a time. Gabriel, when they message, I say, schedule a time here. Boom, paste my link. When I send them this, they're going to be able to go and schedule a time that's convenient for them to chat with. So now we're just leveraging technology to set a schedule, to set a system. Why is that important? Because so many of you, especially right now, will say, yep, I'm sitting at home, of course I'm available. Well, no, you're not, because if you're in the middle of your daily marketing guide that you've been supposed to do, and now we interrupt that and we get distracted by a message that comes in, right? I'm not saying the daily marketing guide is more important, right? It's not, than helping a client. But at the same time, if we have not established the habit, consistency of doing the daily marketing guide, then we need to set that time apart. And I know Chris Reed's really big on setting that schedule. This is my prospecting time. This is my marketing time. And he's right, because that's part of the system. And the more disciplined you can get yourself to say, no, here's my link, go set a time that's convenient for you. But I'm busy right now, right? You are. That marketing guide's important, because that marketing guide's what's going to fuel your potential pipeline when this thing comes out of it. And the reality is, you don't know how serious Joe Schmo is that just messaged you. Maybe he's real, maybe he's not. Doesn't matter. But we can't let him interrupt you and distract you with a little dangling carrot that may or may not be something. So I'm not saying don't talk to Joe, talk to him, but do it in a smart way. Okay? So that's all part of the system. So what does your system look like? If you don't have one, if you don't say, listen, I don't have a schedule built out, I don't have a plan to do my daily marketing guide, I don't have a plan to do a virtual showing, I haven't watched anything on it. Well, now is the time to do it. If you haven't looked at the listing guide, go look at it, go through it, understand what's in it, understand how you should be, what do you do now? If you haven't done that with a buyer, go do it. Go look at that stuff right now. Go watch some of the content on Vegans 3. Take the daily posts. Go, even if you don't post it, why not go try and recreate, or create your own version of what we send out? Just all we want you to do is follow our process of what we're doing. You don't want to share what we actually did? Cool. But go to Lumen 5 then and do your own video, using ours as an inspiration on what to write and what to do. We've shown you everything. So let me see if there's any questions. I see in the chat we've got something. I joined Centron due to some system video. Why they liked working for Vegans. That's awesome, Brian. Glad to hear that. Yeah, I mean, now's the time too, as Brian just pointed out, said that in the chat that he joined us based on a testimony that someone else gave to one of our agents, right? That's huge. So we know that stuff works. We have technology. If you said, listen, part of my system is I'm really big on customer referrals. Okay, well, guess what? All of your past customers, what are they doing? They're sitting at home. What are they really doing? They're bored out of their minds, right? They're all trying to come up with things to do and things to just pass time. Do you think right now, if you started messaging your past clients and said, hey, would you mind hopping on Zoom with me real quick for 5-10 minutes and just giving me a little testimony of our time together, of how we work together? You think they would do it? A lot of them would. They don't have anything better to do, and they're all getting used to Zoom, right? Because they're having Zoom happy hours, and my wife did a whole baseball moms happy hour via Zoom on Friday night, right? So that's becoming a way of life. So how do we leverage that into our system? Well, our system gives you the ability where you literally could call or text or email all of your past clients right now and say, hey, here's a link via Calendly to my Zoom. Would you mind setting a 5-minute appointment with me? I'd love to just, if you don't mind, just get from your perspective, what it was like to do business with me. And also, while we're on there, if you have any questions, concerns, anything that's going on, anything I can do for you during that time period, I love to help you and answer any of those questions. You're connecting with past clients, and you're giving the ability for you to collect a video testimonial that you can now use as we come out of this. And everyone's got more time. You're not asking them to leave their home. You're not asking them to do anything. You could do it. Will you? That's to be seen, right? But those are the tools that if you say, listen, they have testimonies and reviews and all that is part of what I do. Great. It can still be a huge part of what you do, probably more than ever, if we leverage the tools that we have in place. Okay, so that's just one thing that I would highly suggest doing. Here's another. I talked about this a while back before all this happened, but I think it's huge now too. If you have the right client, I would suggest letting them, again, come on your Zoom room, record them, telling if they're a seller, especially right now when you know it's going to be more challenging, why are you selling? Tell your story. Why are you selling? Why did you buy this house to begin with? What did you love about it? Let them tell their story. Oh my God, we moved here because the schools were amazing. And I love the fact that I could literally walk up and have lunch with the kids. But I also was in the center of everything, and literally right across the street was my grocery store, and I could go to Publix. And then, I had Starbucks right nearby, and there was an amazing park that's free that the kids love to go play in. And then there was an empty field for them to go throw the ball around. Let them tell the story. Let them do a virtual tour. You guys are so focused on you going and do the virtual tour. Have you ever thought about letting the seller go do a virtual tour? It speaks a lot more volume than an agent who's trying to sell the property, right? Let them go put it in their words, because it's very likely that the family that's going to buy that house is going to want it for the same reasons that that family had the house. And then if they can clear up any mystery of why they're moving, right? Oh, it's not financial issues. My husband got promoted to be the CEO of a company and it's his dream job, but it's in Denver and we've got to move, right? We realize this isn't the ideal time for anyone to be having to do this, but we don't have a choice. That is different than someone sitting back going, you know what? They're selling right now. Man, I bet they're hurting. I'm going to go steal this thing. You're starting to eliminate those things. So these are just suggestions on how we can leverage, and that can all be done via Zoom. Can very easily. You can record it, no special equipment. Audio is good, visual is good. They can do it from their phone. It's literally that easy. And you can say, oh, well, I know Craig gave the example his friend in Italy didn't have a webcam. Yes, he did. Does he have a smartphone? He's got a webcam. right? Zoom works on the phone. Does he have a tablet? That's got a camera. May not be his computer, but he's got a webcam on something. Promise, right? So everyone has it. Everyone has access to it. So these are the things that we need to be thinking about and doing. I saw there were a couple more questions. Let me just make sure we answer those. Doing Calendar and Calendly. Yeah, so to clear that up, because there was another comment about that last week. So Calendly and your calendar are two different things. Calendly, basically, you're going in and setting your time. Okay, it actually integrates with your Google Calendar. So you're going to go in and say, hey, I am busy, and it's going to actually read your calendar too. This is the cool part. So if, let's say I am usually available between 9 a.m. and 11:30 a.m. Monday through Friday for these meetings, okay, just as an example. And then I set something because I have a client appointment, I have a conference call, something comes up, and I set something on my Google Calendar. Your Calendly will read that and not make that available, that slot available at all anymore. And it'll automatically show you as being busy during that time and won't allow anyone to select it. They're going back and forth. At the same time, when someone selects an appointment on there, it's going to put it on your calendar. Calendly is not a calendar. It's a way for you to essentially open up your calendar and allow someone else to select the time that's convenient for them and when you're available. Okay, and then it'll put it on the calendar all the way. Okay. How do you spell the name of Calendly? CALENDLY.com. If you just search Calendly, it'll pop up. I promise you, it's one of the largest calendar scheduling things out there. So you'll see it, Melissa. I promise. If you just Google it. Okay, let's see. I think there was one more Q&A. Can you send Calendly link to see from the recipient's point of view? I'm not grasping how it's more helpful than just using calendar and proposing a couple of times. So yes, I'll send that out to you guys so you can see it. The advantage is it's very easy because when I go to it from my phone, right, I can easily see what's available. Plus, as from your perspective, you're collecting their information as well. So you're collecting for them to fill out and schedule that time. It's you're getting their email, you're getting their phone number, you're getting their name, you're getting information from them. So especially if it's a lead, someone that you don't know. The other thing is it's kind of a nice experience because rather than you sitting there going back and forth and saying, hey, I've got Thursday at 1, Friday at 2, or Monday at 4:30, you can actually say, yes, I have some availability. Here's my calendar, go schedule it, right? And if you look at every service industry and any lead gen, anyone that's out there really marketing themselves and trying to set appointments, this is what they're using to do it. And it's the user experience, because rather than you giving me 3 times that you're available, now you're saying, hey, when are you available? And at the same time, it's only going to show when you're available. So it's really convenient for both of you, but it's allowing me as the client to go in and have the control of when I'm setting that schedule, which makes me feel good, even though it's really the same thing, but it's a different experience. I can very easily do it. I can put any questions or notes ahead of time. It'll have my Zoom already built in. So it really is there to eliminate the back and forth. Again, you guys don't want to use it, don't use it, but it's a free tool that I think, if integrated properly into your business, gives you the ability to link out. I haven't seen anyone really want to link out their Google Calendar to a bunch of people. I mean, I guess you could, but this will allow this. The other side of this is calendar neutral. So this isn't just Google. This will work with anyone who's got, if they have an iPhone and they want it on their iCalendar, when they send the link out to them, they give them either option. So I just find it to be super universal. It's a really nice user experience. And if you're going to be setting appointments and doing that thing, I highly suggest looking at it and using it and leveraging it. But again, if you try it out and you don't like it, then don't use it. But I think it certainly serves a place. Okay. Any other questions? Let's see. Oh, I think we got it. Okay.